PGA professional Brendon Elliott here. I wanted to share with you one of the most impactful golf tips that I've ever had in my nearly 45 years of playing this game. I've been a PGA professional for almost 17 years. But one of the most impactful tips that I ever received came from my own father when I was a teenage high school golfer. And I wanted to share that with you today. Now, many golfers struggle with taking what they're doing on the range onto the golf course. And it's a big transition for even the best players of perfecting something on the range or the practice green or really getting things in tune and feeling good about it. And then being able to take that onto the golf course where you're actually writing those numbers on a scorecard. When you look at a scorecard, you usually break it up into 9 holes and 18 holes. And you have a par of 35-35 or 36-36. And you're always testing yourself against the par. Sometimes you might break it down by 9s. So my dad said, let's simplify this, Brendon. You know what your ultimate goal is. And you got to be realistic about, based on your ability, what that ultimate goal is, whether you want to shoot, break 90, break 100, break 70. But we got to break this up into little bite-sized pieces. So don't look at the scorecard for what it is with the pars for each hole stretched out along 9 or 18 holes. Look at everything in 3-hole segments. And with those 3-hole segments, you have to figure out, based on what you want to shoot, what you need to score for each 3-hole segments. So if you want to shoot 45, you need to go every 3 holes, you need to go 15 strokes. Okay, 15 plus 15 is 30. Plus another 15 is 45. And that will get you to 90 for 18 holes. When you can scale it down by the every 3-hole idea, it lets your mind stay focused on the task at hand much better than if you're looking to, I have to shoot this score. So for example, I've used this with my students many times. And if you would typically go out on the first couple holes and blow up, and make like a 7, a triple bogey on that first hole par 4, a lot of people were just, I'm done at that point. But if you take it in that 3-hole segment, let's say it's a par 4, then you have a par 5, and then you have a par 4. For those 3 holes, your par is going to be a little bit different than what it says on the scorecard. On the scorecard, you got a par 4, a par 5, that's 9, and then another par 4, that's 13, okay? That's par on the scorecard. But if you want to shoot that 45, you have to make 15 or average 15 for every 3 holes in order to hit that mark. So if you start off with a 7 on the first hole, okay, next hole, par 5, you make a 6. Now you're at, what's that? 6 and 7, you're at 13. You're already at your par on the scorecard. But on that next hole, the par 3, let's say you make a 2. You make that birdie, and now you're right back on your 15. So break every 3 holes up into a score that's manageable on a smaller scale that will get you to your ultimate goal, whatever that may be for the 18-hole round. Try this. Give it a try a couple times. I promise you, it's something that'll help you focus on the task at hand and not get too far ahead of yourself.